about the independence of the RBI, which has been a significant focus in recent weeks. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has rejected outright the accusations that the government is infringing upon the RBI's autonomy.
Well, he said that a difference of opinion with RBI does not necessarily mean that there exists a need for confrontation between the two institutions. Speaking at the Times Network's India Economic Conclave, Arun Jaitley said differences with the RBI included credit flow in the economy and liquidity support, but added that the government had initiated a quote-unquote discussion to convey its concerns.
The RBI is a very important institution in the life of this country. The RBI is an institution of great credibility. The RBI's independence and autonomy does exist within the framework of law, and it's an institution whose autonomy and independence has to be respected because it has benefited the country. Now, having an opinion different is not confrontation. I think Indian media, in its hyper-journalism, converts every discussion and two conflicting opinions as an area of confrontation. For example, if you look at the history of the RBI, you've had several incidents in the past where governments have had a different view from what the RBI has had. And then those differences either get settled or the governors have made way. Now, we had a particular opinion on 2 or 3 major issues. And I think the immediate issues were relating to credit as far as the credit in the market is concerned, and issues relating to liquidity in the market. Now, every person involved in some kind of a business activity, whether it's the financial sector or the manufacturing sector or services or in the MSME sectors or even in agriculture, will tell you that they were facing difficulties as far as credit and liquidity is concerned. We are the sovereign government. We are the most important stakeholder as far as the management of the economy is concerned. And therefore, a discussion with an important institution which is independent and autonomous to tell it that it's a part of your functions, and therefore this is one area of the economy which you must seriously look at. How is it destruction of the institution? After all, the RBI has the responsibility as far as credit and liquidity is concerned. We are not addressing a third institution. We are not taking over that function. Therefore, at all levels, meetings and discussions with me, between the bureaucracy, at the level of the Prime Minister and in the board, and using all instruments of discussions available with us to force this issue for a discussion as a sovereign, accountable government, that we find this problem is real as far as the Indian economy is concerned.
Meanwhile, Railway Minister Piyush Goyal also spoke out in staunch defense of the government on the ongoing crisis with the RBI. He maintained that he wouldn't say much to protect his job, but added that the government had not asked anyone to leave the RBI.
If at all somebody should be complaining, it is us, because we gave complete autonomy to the institutions.
Purposes of this audience, let me read out.
For my sake, and to protect my job, I think I should keep my mouth zipped on this subject. But we did not have anybody leave the RBI. We did not ask anybody to leave the RBI. Drastically change the norms. And 2 years profit continuously for a bank where you have already put in so many caveats. You have decided that they will not be allowed to lend. You have decided that if they have to lend to any of these people here who run a small-scale industry or trying to build up a small industry, will not be allowed unless you have two rating agencies give you a A+ or A rating. I mean, unreasonable conditionality. No, I'm not suggesting that. I said the ground rules of the game
were changed.
If you change in between and throttle the banking system, who is the sufferer?
Well, very strong word coming from both the senior ministers that a difference of opinion should not be misconstrued as a confrontation. Well, addressing the accusations on the centre for interfering with the autonomy of institutions like the RBI and the CBI, Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari said that RBI is a part of the Indian government.
And he says that there has never been any political interference with the institution of the country. Speaking at the Indian Economic Conclave, he added that if the finance minister of the country has a vision for the economy, the RBI should act in accordance with that vision.
ये autonomous की बात क्या है? आप अगर if you are making our government responsible for economic situation, तो क्या RBI स्वायत्त होकर काम करेगी? सुप्रीम कोर्ट स्वायत्त हो सकता है, आरबीआई भी स्वायत्त है, पर स्वायत्तता का मतलब क्या है? क्या 100% पॉलिसी आरबीआई बनाएगी, ऐसा है क्या? बाय एंड लार्ज आरबीआई को स्वायत्तता है, पर आरबीआई इज ए पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ भारत सरकार। अगर भारत सरकार का फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर अगर देश के लिए इकोनॉमिक विजन देगा, तो क्या आरबीआई के लिए वो बंधनकारक नहीं है? आरबीआई की ऑटोनॉमस स्टेटस को मानते हुए भी भारत सरकार के आर्थिक निर्णयों का उसके ऊपर निश्चित रूप से जिम्मेदारी है, और हमने कोई डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं किया। अभी आप देखिए इन्फ्लेशन डाउन हो गया, आप देखिए ग्रोथ रेट बढ़ रहा है, आप देखिए फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट आ रही है, बीच में रुपीस डॉलर के इसमें थोड़ी स्थिति खराब थी, अब सुधर रही है। देखिए हर जगह पर फ्लक्चुएशंस होते, अप्स एंड डाउन्स होते हैं, और हमने कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन को ऐसा नहीं किया है, कोई हमने पॉलिटिकली इसको इंटरफेयर नहीं किया है। और मैं चाहता हूं कि ट्रांसपेरेंसी रहे, करप्शन फ्री सिस्टम रहे, फास्ट ट्रैक डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस रहे, और उसके साथ साथ देश के हित में फेडरल गवर्नमेंट जो नीतियां बनाती है वो सबके ऊपर बंधनकारक होगी। अदरवाइज तो फिर भारत सरकार को ही आप स्वायत्तता निकाल डालो ना, फिर आरबीआई को पूछो कि भाई देश की इकोनॉमी क्या होगी, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर के बजाय उसको जिम्मेदार ठहराओ। एक तरफ हमको जिम्मेदार ठहराते हैं और हमने नीति तय की और कुछ कहा तो बोलते हैं आरबीआई की स्वायत्तता धोखे में आती है। अब दोनों में से एग्जैक्ट क्या कहना चाहेंगे?